Weekly Horoscope, 7th of March till 13th of March 2022. Aries Weekly Conclusion, 7th of March till 13th of March 2022. The weekly conclusion for the Aries. In this coming week, Mars, Saturn, Venus, these three planets, major planets, are in the 10th house. Aries, there will be lots of professional activities, lots of new project ventures, ideas will be there. You have to watch your ego, you got to watch your aggression. Refrain from ego and aggression. Over-aggression and overreactions can spoil, can ruin something very important. But these three planets can create something dignified for you, definitely, professionally. You will be worried on many accounts, but you got to be very much focused, determined. You got to be very much driven and disciplined to achieve your most dignified success here in this particular period. And you're likely to meet success in your field of work, and no doubt about it. Some of you will be able to perform better than ever at workplace. You may also have to undertake some new projects and run around for those. And work will be very demanding, no doubt about it. This particular period is likely to give you a rise in status, prestige, and authority at work. You're likely to get some name and fame. And may I say that your superiors will give you appreciation what you deserve. Your glory will be rising, and you'll be in contact with a lot of professional people. This particular week can be most useful in many ways. It can create a favorable circumstances in your business, in your professional life, attracting a lot of people and circumstances that facilitate your work. People in authority are favorably inclined toward you and give you lots of opportunity. Most relationship in your professional world will run very smoothly, and you are interested in work harmoniously with other people, and a lot of people will be agreed with you. If you are a project manager, if you are a program manager, you can achieve a dignified success, and a lot of people will be very supportive toward you. What you've been seeking for, what you've been looking for. A lot of people will support your success and contribute toward your success, and you can achieve something dignified. Taurus Weekly Conclusion, week commencing 7th of March till 13th of March, Taurus. In this coming week, you will be more aggressive, overreactive. Sometimes you go through lots of fruitless discussions, fruitless running around. May I say that Taurus, in this coming week, after facing a lot of obstacles, delays, complications, you will be able to make your success, and you will be able to accomplish lots of financial resources, income resources, financial opportunities. Taurus, in this coming week, you will enjoy companionship and mingling with highly professional decision maker. In your foreign project, Taurus, in this coming week, you will come across lots of technical issues, technical obstacles, and sometimes financial issues and tension and insecurity. But you will be able to resolve with the professional colleagues in this particular week with those kind of problems. But Taurus, you got to look after your health. You got to look after your financial backing. Financial gain will be there. No doubt businessman will find this particular period struggling but achievable. Your struggle will convert into sweet success, and you will be very satisfied with your profit. Success in education, especially for those students, will be there. Health will be okay, but your own people will be very cooperative toward you, but you got to be very polite. Some auspicious deeds are likely to be performed at home, and you may also decide on a lot of good things about yourself, especially if you're single. During this phase of time, you're likely to get a match of your choice, and socially this period will be very conducive, and you're likely to make a lot of new friends, and your good qualities and virtuous deeds would be noticed by many people. Your reputation will be enhanced. This particular period, you see your desire fulfilled and enemies defeated. If you're involved in any kind of a discussion, you're likely to be winning the same. You may consider going on a long journey during this phase of time and make a plan for that. Sometime mentally you can be worried and some sort of in the back of your head you have a few issues you got to deal with this particular phase of time, past disappointments, something like that. But some of you also go to try to make a plan to go to foreign land. Finances would be better than before, but you have to guard your finances and refrain from any risky ventures. Your professional life would require, may I say, proper decision-making strategies. Some of you have to work in sometime uncomfortable or that kind of environment which is political motivated. You have to work hard. You got to be determined. You have to focus, and especially in your profession, what you want to do. May I say that everything what you're doing with your hard work and determination will be rewarded in this particular week. Gemini weekly conclusion, 7th of March till 13th of March, Gemini. In this coming week, there will be great improvement in your circumstances and financial gain accomplishments will be there. Gemini, you will involve in a new project, new venture, new idea, lot of new discussions. Due to Saturn, Mars, Venus in 8th house, you'll go through major obstacles, delays and waste of time. Beware of cheating, deception and fraud. Do not make any verbal contract with anybody. Gemini, refrain from making any verbal contract with anybody. You should not. You'll come across lots of family difference of opinion, sometimes clashes, and sometimes living argument, conflict, and issues with your own family members. You have to watch your temper. You got to be very careful about your attitude, your presentation, your word of speech, your dealing. Please be careful. You will also involve in buying or selling some sort of assets and making financial dealings. You must look after your health and well-being. Gemini, in this week, mentally, you can be a bit hassled, sometimes overburdened, sometimes unstable due to several reasons. Beware of your enemies and they could harm you more during this phase of time. Avoid any argument with your family, with your friends, with your relatives. Refrain from any unnecessary debates. During this particular period of time, you're susceptible to become irritable and sometimes losing patience. Sometimes annoyances can be sky high. Sometimes you can overreact in any situation. But sometimes you'll try to find the faults in the matter related to religion, common belief, politics, and go through a very aggressive debate, which you shouldn't. This period also demands some sort of a, may I say, understanding on your behalf. You have to calm down yourself. And sometimes you got to be focused, what is important for you. Stay clear from any kind of arguments or conflicts or any kind of political discussions if you and because your patience will be very thin, and look after your health. Some of you also like to develop some sort of a blood-related issues, and especially your blood pressure. You got to look after your blood pressure. Any issue with blood. Refrain from any kind of a foul company and foul behavior. Avoid undertaking any task which can be risky for yourself, especially if you haven't done that before. Finances would require a proper vigilantic approach. Most of you like to have to look after your financial backing and making sure when you're making a financial decision, you got to be very thoroughly clear what you are getting into. Avoid any kind of a loan and try to keep yourself debt free. You may consider acquiring some sort of assets or making a financial dealing. If you're a eligible bachelor, then you may expect a very fine match during this phase of time. And this particular time period, health, you got to take care of yourself. If you're a student, you will be more progressive and your brilliance will be noticed and you'll command more respect and honor in your social circle. But be focused. Refrain from foul temper, please. Cancerian weekly conclusion, 7th of March till 13th of March, Cancerian, the weekly conclusion for Cancer. Cancerian, in this coming week, you'll come across mental tensions and overexcitation, sometimes foul temper, sometimes health complication. Cancerian, please refrain from fruitless arguments or conflict with anybody. You'll come across lots of income resources, financial opportunities. There will be rise in status, prestige and honor. During this phase of time, you may expect a financial stability, gain in your financial ventures. Socially, you'd see a rise in your status. By the weekend, you will be quite restless. Sometimes you can be all over the place. There will be lots of family differences or clashes. You'll come across major obstacle delays and sometimes waste of time. You may suffer from excess mental worry due to many things, personal, professional and health. Your spouse, you got to take care of your spouse, and you're likely to feel sometimes fatigued and susceptible to developing some sort of a discomfort or stomach ache or discomfort in your health or chest or tummy. You may have to take care of your spouse's health. You and your spouse are likely to develop some sort of anxiety. Most of you are likely to develop enmity, some with noble person. Refrain from any animosity between you and this particular person or family. Avoid any misunderstanding that may crop up due to difference of opinion between you and your family, between you and the other people outside your family. And refrain from any conflicting situation. If you're not handling this tactfully, this may lead to a huge conflict between you and your spouse, between you and your family friend, which you shouldn't be. Make peace with your family member as well as outside people, please, outside the family. Stay clear from any kind of a litigation and trying to maintain a good rapport with your family. Moreover, this phase is also indicates some sort of a health issues which you got to be looking after your health and your partner's health. Sometimes your whole family going through a lot of anxiety and sometimes health issues or mental anxiety. Financially not very good period. It would be better to stay away from any kind of a huge conflicting situation, and you got to be extremely clear what you really want to decide for the long-term future. You may also realize that you have some wicked people who like to backstab you or try to expose you. Involvement with unnecessary people can cause you a lot of grief. And make sure that you're not creating your enemies by yourself with your attitude. Refrain from any conflicting situation or legal conflict, please. Leo weekly conclusion. Week commencing 7th of March till 13th of March. The conclusion of this week for Leo. Leo, in this coming week, your hard work, determination, discipline will pay you back. And you'll achieve some sort of a income resources and financial resources and dignified opportunities. Your expenditure, Leo, can be sky high. There will be fruitless running around and sometimes family tension, some sort of a restlessness. Leo, you'll go through major obstacles, but cooperation, help, support, guidance will be there, and you can achieve success, prosperity and rising. You'll make a lots of plan to go abroad, but with your foreign conduct, with foreign contact, somebody from abroad will offer you some sort of a financial dealings or financial opportunity, and you can achieve that particular opportunity. Make the most out of that opportunity. If somebody from abroad can contact you, make the most out of it. This particular period will see you gaining wealth, acquiring assets. If you're employed, you may expect a much awaited promotion, honor at your workplace. Most of you would see a success in your undertaking. The improvement in overall financial condition would make you feel more secure and comfortable and happy. You would also be able to live in peace of mind, and sense of fearlessness would prevail in you. There is a chance that your enemies will be rising, and you may even get involved in fights with your partner. You may have to compromise with your enemies against your will. Avoid any kind of arguments with your family. It is advised that you avoid traveling long distance, and you are susceptible to face some sort of an issue. Refrain from any kind of accident. Beware of any kind of accident. Health will require proper attention. Don't take any risk, please. Virgo weekly conclusion. Week commencing 7th of March till 13th of March 2022. Virgo, in this coming week, you'll go through lots of struggles, challenges, complications. Your income can be low and expenditure can be quite high. Professionally, you will come across major obstacles, delays, domestic complications, tensions and restlessness and insecurities. Virgo, by the weekend, there will be fruitless running around. Your struggle will be converted into income resources and sweet success. This signifies some sort of a ruffle time. It would be wise to move to, you got to cut your expenses as much as possible. This period will see you losing control in your finances if you're not become very careful. Avoid any kind of unpleasantness between you and your family. If there's any issue between you and the family, you have to sort it out. Handle your family members and as well as your enemies with a lot of care and be cautious enough to avoid creating any new enemies, please. Your enemies are likely to give you some harassment during this phase of time. This particular period indicate if you are putting a lot of effort, success, stability, progression will be there. Your plans and project will be successfully accomplished. You'll also gain from the past hard work and you're likely to do better in work front. You may expect a progression in your undertaking. This period also indicates your popularity, especially in professionally. Your status will be enhanced. Health should be fine. You'll also have some sort of a issue with your peace of mind and contentment. Some of this particular people, in this phase of time, sometime you can be worried on some account, and that can be personal issues. You have to deal with it. There is a personal political games are going on. You have to keep a close eye. Do not overreact and watch your word of speech. And don't give your personal information to any third person. Please refrain from that. Libra weekly conclusion, 7th of March till 13th of March 2022. Libra, in this coming week, you will come across family, professional complication. You'll be quite upset, disappointed. Sometimes you can be in the middle of an argument and conflict. Beware of any scandalous situation, cheating, deception, fraud. By the weekend, you will come across lots of professional opportunities, professional gain, accomplishment. You got to make sure that whenever you will come across an opportunity, then you will have time, infrastructure, willpower to make the most of that opportunity. Sometime your own family support will not be there. You'll come across sudden expenditure, mental tension and hassles. Most of you are likely to face difficult timing when it comes to managing your old enemies. You're likely to encounter some of these people who are your enemies and from your own circle of people or circle of friends. Be careful. Some of you also befriend with some wicked people. They can harass you later on. Please be careful. Keep a close eye on your behavior and close eye on your attitude, please. And you got to make some kind of a settlement with your own people. Your health needs proper attention and you're susceptible to developing a lot of fever and discomfort. Some of you suffer from health issue most related to blood and stomach. During this phase of time, you must try and avoid getting involved in any kind of a argument within your family, like between you and your partner, between you and your family members. This is not that conducive period to be headstrong, highly opinionated while you're dealing with your family and friends. You have to be extra careful while you're handling your loved one. Be very polite, very approachable, and don't be judgmental about your approach. Health could be a matter of concern at this particular point. Be careful. Scorpio weekly conclusion, 7th of March till 13th of March 2022. Scorpio. In this coming week, Scorpio, the conclusion of the week, in this coming week, you will come across many income resources and financial opportunities, but your expenditure can be sky high. With your enthusiasm, determination, drive, you can build up something dignified. At the same time, Scorpio, you'll come across lots of challenges, delays and waste of time. Beware of cheating, deception, fraud. Be careful regarding if you're making any investment or speculation or financial lending. Be careful. You got to be on alert. Scorpio, during this phase of time, you're likely to make money in trade and profession, but you have to exercise caution. You also likely to acquire some valuable ornaments during this phase of time. Work should be on smooth sailing. You're likely to succeed in matter of importance. Your new undertaking would also be seeing success. If employed, you're likely to be promoted to a position of authority and honor. Your success would boost your self-confidence and strengthen your willpower during this phase of time. Health would remain good and you would shine with health and vigor and vitality. This could also be a professionally good period for you. You may also expect a rise in position. You may also expect a gain in authority. Your ventures are likely to earn more profit as well. Socially, this should be a good time for you. You're likely to overcome all your fears and worries. Your colleagues and acquaintances would be more cooperative and helpful toward you. You're likely to widen your circle of friends, win over your enemies during this phase of time. Your rapport with your immediate family member will be okay, but keep up your efforts and be more polite. You may also like to indulge in luxuries, lifestyle and enjoying it very thoroughly. Sagittarius weekly conclusion, week commencing 7th of March till 13th of March 2022. The weekly conclusion. Sagittarius, in this coming week, you'll come across lots of financial and professional complications. You will come across adverse type of situations, Sagittarius, in this week. Sometimes too many opposition, but your income resources will be there. Sagittarius, there will be many family relationship issues and sometimes living argument conflict in your joint business venture. Be careful. You will go through lots of mental tension and secret tension. You must be aware of overexcitation and overreaction. You've got to be on alert. Take care of your finances, take care of your decision-making strategies and focus on the safety of your valuable items and be aware of cheating, deception, fraud. You may also be on a rutted phase at your workplace due to several unpleasant political situations are there. Keep yourself away from any aggressive argument. Watch your word of speech before you uttering them to anybody. Don't talk too much, please. Your work or your profession can go through for you this kind of political phase. During this particular time, you have to be on guard, very much alert, and do not overreact. And more you become aggressive, more you will be able to spoil something very important. If you're not handling the situation very carefully, you might end up losing your position if you're not handling the situation very carefully. Be aware of your old enemies. People can backstab you. Avoid creating new enemies with your behavior or presentation. You may develop some sort of a negative emotions of jealousy toward other people which won't work for you. Refrain from punishment from authority or government or authority or people who are decision maker. Avoid any kind of argument that may lead to a difference of opinion or misunderstanding or lead to a huge conflict. Stay away from dodgy people and make sure that this particular time period you have to be very polite. You got to listen to other people, what they want to say. Then you have to make your presentation. Handle people around you very carefully, please, and handle your financial decisions with lots of consideration. Give maximum attention. Be cautious enough to avoid any kind of a loss and health or wealth. Be careful and watch your companions, please. Capricorn weekly conclusion, 7th of March till 13th of March 2022. Capricorn, in this coming week, you'll come across mixed fruit, mixed rewards. You go through professional and financial fluctuation, Capricorn, in this coming week. And you'll go through lots of struggle. You go through lots of complication linked with car or vehicle or some unexpected expenditure. You must look after your marriage relationship and be aware of any scandalous relationship. If there are any relationship conflicting situation, you have to handle those situations very carefully and you got to sort it out. That kind of relationship complication with passion, with understanding, with care, with consideration, with politeness. Invest passion. If you are suffering with blood pressure or diabetes or any blood disorder, then you must consult your doctor, your consultant. This period can take you through bumpy ride in the matter of business or profession. You may find it difficult to finish your project successfully on time. It is better If you're starting any project, organize your time and commitment. If employed, try to avoid any kind of argument or misunderstanding with your seniors, employers, or department. Some of you are also going to see a change of your position during this phase of time. Keep a close eye on your enemies. They'll create a political problem for you. Your finances would also require a proper attention. You're likely to lose money on undesired expenses. Cut down on your urge to spend money. This is not the right time. If you're an eligible bachelor, you find a companionship and you meet a lot of new people and you'll enjoy thoroughly their company. There will be plenty of opportunity to enjoy, and this particular period also in personal level you achieve harmony, happiness in the form of learning, attainment of knowledge, companionship. This particular time also give you companionship of good people and also give you lots of opportunity for joy factor. Aquarius weekly conclusion. 7th of March till 13th of March, weekly conclusion. Aquarius. In this coming week, you'll come across lots of professional opportunities and professional financial uncertainties at the same time together. On one side, you'll have a lots of opportunities. On the other side, you'll have a lots of uncertainties. You have to handle both. This week is full of challenges. Income can be low and expenditure can be sky high. You'll come across few complex situations, personal, professional, financial, legal. There will be major obstacles, delays and challenges and complications and tedious situation. This whole week is very tricky. You have to look very thoroughly. There will be few family living argument and conflict due to difference of opinion. Your temper can be sky high. You'll come across major obstacle in your ways of income resources. But you got to overcome those resources with the help of technicalities. Your mind can be restless and sometimes not satisfied. You got to look after your health and well-being. Pay attention to any health-related issues. If you like to develop some sort of a discomfort or any issue with your eyesight, any issue with your blood pressure, any issue with your stomach, you have to take care of your feet as well. This is a time period you must stay away from any activity that might be risking to yourself. Personally or professionally or financially. Some of you even suffer from nightmarish kind of dreams or dream disorders due to too much insecurity. Your working life could also be full of commitment and there's a lot of effort is required. Don't waste your time. More effort you put into your work, more you see the success in your projects. And don't take any risk. You financially, personally, or legally. You have to watch your reputation. People can accuse you for anything. Take care of your finances. Avoid any kind of unnecessary expenditure. At home, maintain coordination with your family members. Avoid any kind of argument with them. Stay away from further conflict with your enemies and be cautious enough not to create new enemies around you. On one hand, this particular period signifies financial gain, but on the other hand, lots of commitments, expenditure. And sometimes you have to plan your future expenditure. There's a lot of expenses are coming. This period indicate unnecessary expenditure, and you got to organize your time, your money, your task, your commitments. You have to be very careful. Be aware of any kind of cheating, deception, fraud and theft. And may I say that this particular phase of time you have to organize yourself very thoroughly. And if you are in the middle of a legal issue, you have to take extra measure. Do hire a consultant. Listen to them, what they have to say about your legal complication. Pisces weekly conclusion. Week commencing 7th of March till 13th of March. Pisces 2022, this particular week. Pisces, in this coming week, the weekly conclusion is, in this coming week, your financial and professional accomplishments will be dignified. And more you become dynamic, creative, determined, driven, disciplined, more you will be accomplished in this week. Pisces, you will be in contact with highly professional people, decision makers. Please do look after your family relationship. There must not be any lingering on old some sort of a matter still in the family, some sort of a confusion or illusion or misunderstanding. You got to sort it out. Pisces, sometimes your health can be quite challenging, mentally and physically. You got to watch yourself from any kind of a legal fine, penalty, punishment. Be careful. You have to listen to your legal consultant. You got to be very careful about your investment, your speculation, and refrain from any huge risk. Stay away from any kind of a litigation that will cause you some kind of a loss of money. Moreover, you will also have to work extra hard to accomplish any of your tasks undertaken by you. Beware of any enemies and stay out their way in order to avoid any kind of a humiliation. People can backstab you, people can try to expose you, people can blame you. Hold on to your respect and honor and try to keep your honor in society. You could be mentally a bit hassled or disturbed due to several reasons. You're susceptible to be very much worried and sometimes very restless during this phase of time. But this period, you have to hold on tight. Be more determined, be more driven, be more disciplined. That's the only way you can achieve success, profit, achievements, rewards, name, fame, and establishment, which can also be in this week. Some of you also likely to gain from a lot of contracts. This could also be a good time for you, people who are employed or self-employed. You may expect a rise in your income resources or position at this time. Your undertaking will achieve success, bringing you more gain. This particular period, you'll see a great improvement in your professional world. You may also expect an upward move in your status, prestige, and honor. Your personality would be glowing, reflecting your accomplishment professionally. And you may also expect a solution to your other economic problems, solution to your lot of other issues. This period also bringing you name, fame, and success in your projects. Your popularity will be rising, reputation will be enhanced. You have to concentrate more and more, no doubt about it. There will be luxuries and lifestyle and valuable items, and you might considering to buy any car or property or making that kind of deal. There will be rise in status, prestige, and honor, and a lot of cooperation from people around you, especially the people who are colleagues. You may also expect a good time, companionship. If you are a family member, if you're a family person or married, you'll enjoy a thorough companionship with your partner and enjoy thoroughly. But be careful if there's any issue linked with legality. Please ring the bell for liking and become our subscriber so we can inform you a lot more content about you. But in this coming week, you might need a completed weekly horoscope report, which you can acquire from my website, which can give you complete analysis of the week with extensive weekly report and also give you task precaution chanting for this coming week. For that kind of report, kindly visit my website, Prakash, astrologer.com.